G'day, Simon here. So let me take this bad boy off. Oops. And I've just killed my mic. Well done, Captain Australia. Your competence astonishes us. And I got music in my ear. That's better. Okay, sorry. The ride in today was pretty hectic, lots of traffic, so I'm running a little bit late. I said I'd start a stream at 9 o'clock, so I'm starting a stream at 9 o'clock. If anybody arrives and wants to see me go skipping through the city, you can first watch me set up. So I'll put you on this little tripod thingo. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I am in lovely Brisbane, King George Square, in case you can see that behind me. And what I'm going to do now is just set up my gear, because I have only just arrived. So, this big old thing. Pop that out. Shut this back. I am not looking forward to this there, so might as well as tell you who I am and what's going on while I get ready. So my name's Simon. I also dress up as the Bullhead home brand superhero Captain Australia, and it's all for the Kids Cancer Project. So I'm going to walk from Brisbane to Melbourne at the end of the year. That was initially just for my own healing, because I'm a stage 4 cancer survivor myself, but pretty soon it became far more important to help the Kids Cancer Project, a very worthy charity that focuses on the science behind paediatric cancer. I hope you can hear me okay. I have no idea. So, as part of that, I've agreed to do daily donor dares of doom. What is that, you ask? Well, that's where the public, making a donation of ideally $50 or more, can dare me to do just about any old thing, as long as I don't have to, hurt or insult anybody. I'm happy to be hurt or insulted myself. Don't want to go to jail, don't want to go to hospital. Aside from that, it's just in the spirit of fun. So, the daily donor dare of doom that I've received was from a lovely supervillain named Liz. And Liz has dared me to skip. She doesn't like that it's a big walk, she wants it to be a big skip. So, in honour of Skippy the bush kangaroo, that's what I'm about to do. And honestly, I'm pooping my pants about it. It's not something that comes naturally to an old dude like me, skipping through the middle of the city. And honestly, I already look mental enough, so I don't think that what I'm about to do is going to add to my overall credibility. And it's a very serious cause. Anyway, so you're going to see me very shortly go skipping through the city, tra-la-la, like a little girl through a field of daisies, and that is not very good. But all for the charity. So Liz supervillained up for science and gave me this there, so thank you, Liz. Your donation goes directly into the research into solving paediatric cancer. Close to 1,000 Aussie kids every year are diagnosed. I shudder at what the global numbers are, and of those 1,000 Aussie kids, 200 of them will die. Well, we're all going to die, but they won't survive treatment. Okay? Not cool. Of the ones that do survive treatment, they have to face the crippling side effects that I did. So as you can see, I've got a bit of a dead sexy belly there, but in December, I weighed 140 kilos. Cancer treatment had destroyed my thyroid, facial cramps, wake up choking, all kinds of problems. And I don't want your sympathy. This isn't about me. I want you to look past me at the idea that children have to face up to that. It's appalling. It's wrong. And anybody donating, your money goes directly into solving that problem. So, a very worthy cause. I really feel like I should have a trainer, like, bashing me on the shoulder saying, "You can do it, champ," because honestly, I'm a little bit peeing my pants. I don't know why. So I've been dressing up as the home brand bullfed superhero Captain Australia for some time now. You'd think I'd be pretty bulletproof when it comes to doing stupid things. But I really am wetting myself. It's something about, I guess, the skipping. I don't know why. So let me put this bad boy on and I'll get started. So, from this point forward, I will assume you know who I am and that I'm not, well, touch wood, I'm not psychotic. And this is a daily donor dare of doom. It was given to me by Liz last night. Thank you, Liz, for your donation to this very important charity. And the doom was to skip. Not very happy about that, Liz. You'd make a damn fine supervillain, to be honest. It's so subtle in its evil. On the surface, it would seem quite joyful. It would seem like a good thing, but it is not. I am about to begin. Let me just fix this tripod thing up. Whoops. Sorry, you can look at King George Square for a bit while I figure this out. There we go. Sorry for my clumsiness with the streams. I'm not a professional streamer, YouTuber, or... Oops. And I just stumbled down a step as gracefully as you would expect. One thing at a time, Captain Australia. Report a problem? No, we're good. The only problem is I struggle with the basics, like walking. So, here we are. Let me first show you where we are. And I'll set this up with a view, I hope. So you should be able to see. What can you see? Holy crap, I'm sideways. I hope I'm not sideways. Can somebody tell me if I'm upside down to you guys? I look like Spider-Man coming in from the side. I accidentally rotated the camera and now I have no idea if you'll be able to see my streaming. It's all coming in wobbly. Maybe I should restart the stream. Okay, I'll do that. I'm sorry if you're watching and you want to see me skip through the city. I'm just going to kill this stream and restart it. If I can. Oh well, this is... Okay, and we're back. So, here we are in lovely King George Square, Brisbane, Queensland. So, my beautiful city. I'm Captain Australia. I'm going to walk from Brisbane to Melbourne at the end of the year for the Kids Cancer Project. I'm a cancer survivor myself, and it all started about my own healing, and it's since then become much more important to help those kids. So 1,000 Aussie kids a year get diagnosed with cancer and 20% of them don't survive. That's what this is all about. And today I'm doing a daily donor dare of doom. So Liz has supervillained up for science, as any donor can, and dared me a very simple but insidious dare. She wants me to skip. So I'm really wetting my pants about this, to be honest. I'll find a good camera angle so you can see what I'm doing, and then I'm going to go skipping through the Queen Street Mall. So let's see. You're going to want to see my overall, what's going on with my, oh crap, I've turned the camera again. There we are. What's going on with my body? That looks sort of like you'll be able to see that I'm actually skipping. This is bloody terrible, to be honest. Okay, so daily donor dare of doom. Thank you, Liz. People already think I'm a bit mental, so here we go. This is a grown man dressed as a superhero. Tra-la-la-la. Skipping through the city. This is not a nervous breakdown. How you doing? Across the street. Won't skip across the street. So, Liz, this is for you. I hope you feel the power strung down your evil fingers. Tra la 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 la. Grown man going for his morning skip. Report a problem. What's going on? There we go. Yes. Oh, now I'm sideways again. I don't know. I just have to trust the technology. La 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 la. Yes, I'm mental. Good morning. Part of these dares is I shouldn't be able to tell people it's a dare. So, Skipping's harder than walking. Hey, shouldn't be able to tell people it's a dare. Hang on. Is the stream still going? Yep, we're going. But it looks to me like I'm sideways. Well, tra-la-la-la-la-la. Oh, Jesus. This is just morally wrong. No. Little kid there. What's this guy doing? Tra-la-la. Oh my God. Extravagant hand gestures are part of it. Yeah. Oh dear. Not crazy, you gotta. Just a normal person out for a morning skip. That's what this is. Completely normal person out for his morning skip. This is a mess. At least there's not many people around. Liz, you are a true supervillain, mate. Okay. Takes a lot out of you, this. Skipping in a backpack. La 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 la. Normal person. Go about your business. This is completely normal. You go about your daily business. Very normal. But that makes it worse, I think. Telling people to go about their business. We're almost at the end of the mall, thankfully. La 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 la. Feel like a bit of a leprechaun. Okay. Here we are. Hey, I'm moving the legs. I don't know if you can see. I hope you're getting your money's worth, Liz. There we go. This is taking the wind right out of me. Okay. So, I feel, I don't know how much that you've seen. I look like Spy, the captain. To me, the whole thing is sideways. If it is for you too, I apologise. That was a Daily Donut Dare of Doom. Liz's doom. Liz is there, my doom. Go for a skip. Alright, Captain Australia, we went for a skip. So now I've got to go off to the dentist. Again. Well, it's a dental school. COVID killed my travel insurance company, so a bit of time on my hands, but can't quite afford a proper dentist. And radiation did a number on my teeth. So the dental school, it's a teaching school at Hurston. It's really cool. I've been able to get a root canal done there, and the dentist is wonderful. They've really been helping me out, so I'm off to there. Might as well keep streaming for a bit. Maybe I'll try another one of those over-the-shoulder streams, just to see if I can get that working. So, here we go. G'day, Captain Australia again. So I'm in Brisbane. Sorry about that skipping through the city thing. That was flamboyantly messed up, wasn't it? I'm on my way to the dentist, but I thought I'd just use the opportunity to try and get better with that over-the-shoulder cam. Like, the last attempt was improved, but all of this time leading up to my actual big walk is about getting better. I've had a couple of interesting encounters this morning that would have been well captured, to be honest. I had a couple of charity people try to collect from me, and not knowing that I'm broke in every sense of the word, I guess. Anyway, let me just, I'll try again with this over-the-shoulder camera thing and see if I can just fine-tune the positioning so that you have a nice field of view and can walk through Brisbane with me, if you are so inclined. Firstly, let's flip the camera around, and where's the button to do that? He says, looking like a fool. I think that's it. There we go. Okie dokie, victory. So, carrying a ukulele at the moment, which is very nice. I thought about bringing a full-blown guitar along on my big walk, because I've been learning the guitar, which is my way of kind of defying cancer, picking up a skill that will take you several years to just be less awful at is, it's an optimistic thing to do. Plus, I just love it, love the music. And here, my compromise, because it's just too bloody heavy to carry with me on the walk, is a ukulele. Now, let's see. So, in theory, this should be a significantly better view than last time. Not right now, but let's get you up on the shoulder and see. Oops, the big flappy flag. We'll spin that around. And let's have a look. Now, I've got a reflective surface over here. Let's have a look. So, I think that's about right, but not really. What my guess is, Simon, is that we're seeing too much of my big buff head and not enough of the world. So if we tilt this way, that might be better. Well, I'll check it when I get home. Sorry, you are guinea pigs. I am learning. And let's just head off to the dentist, eh? So, randomly, if ever my child looks at this 3 years in the future, 30 years in the future, maybe they show it to my oh, Jesus. If you are my future grandchild watching this, I would like you to know that your fathers, I fell in love with them before they were even born. I saw pictures of them in Euro, and I just felt deeply, 100% in love. Undeniably, irrevocably, bang. Like being hit by a meteorite. It doesn't just change your life, it transforms everything in the world. So you, my grandchild, if I've died, if I'm gone, and you just happen to be looking at this wondering who your grandfather was, mate, or darling, or whatever gender appropriate term, you're in a different world than I grew up in, my friend. I love you. So if my children are watching, that applies to you too, guys. Now or in the future, whatever has happened, whatever water's under the bridge, I love you. But if ever my grandchild, should watch this, yeah. I wish you a life of joy and happiness and growth and learning and all of that. Sorry, that's probably quite awkward for any random person who might stumble in, but it just, part of what I'm doing is creating a scrapbook, really. After my extremely close call with cancer, one of the most crippling aspects of it was the idea of leaving my children, not being able to parent them and help them. And, it's just, Jenny would do a wonderful job, but being alone and having lost her partner, that would be pretty hard to deal with. So it's really a case of my absence, or the idea of my absence was one of the worst things of my disease, and it's not so much dying, but leaving the people that I care about. So part of why I'm doing all of this part of why I'm doing the big walk overall, in addition to my own healing, is the idea that I can create and provide them with a story about who I was as a person. I get a sense of my ethics. I think a lot of the world is batshit crazy at the moment. Here I am walking around dressed as a superhero, and I think I'm the sane one, and you're all mental. Well, he says with love, I don't really think you're mental, you specifically. The angel on my shoulder, the person listening to this. But I mean, we as a society have been, and I don't mean to stigmatize mental illness either. It's just we as a society are, I think, in many ways as broken as ever I was by the cancer. There's just the way we treat each other isn't just as kind and as ethical as it could be. And I'm being proven wrong daily, actually, on that. It's a firmly held belief, but I see the exceptions, or maybe I'm attracting the exceptions. So the big flag, the people who are oriented towards kindness see it, recognize like for like. They understand that I'm just trying to kill my own suffering and then hand that to other people. Hey mate, cheers, thank you. Thanks very much, bud. Cheers. And trying to hand that to other people, and so a nice lovely bloke over there gave me a good on you and a good day. So I don't know if you saw him in the camera there. But yeah, I guess the idea of spreading kindness and whatnot is really the only and the simplest thing that I'm about, and I wanted to share that ethic with my children, show them that it's okay to be strange, to kind of sorry, I'm crossing traffic. I'm getting a little bit distracted by all that's going on in the world. Yeah, it's okay for them to follow their own heart and sing their own song. Don't hurt people. I think that's the paramount thing. And as long as you can get through life minimizing the amount of hurt that you inflict on people, even just doing that, you're making the world better. Because there are people now who just gratuitously hurt each other. And it creates this cycle of people being hurt, and then those hurt people go on hurting people. And then it's just ... for the rest of all time. And the way to arrest that, it's like the Buddhist proverb, kindness is the antidote. And I like that. It means that in my own insane little way, I am trying to save the world. And the Talmud, the Jewish Bible, says to you, and I'm not a religious person. You could say I'm pretty spiritual though. We all have beliefs. And the most important thing is not what your belief is, but that you respect the beliefs of others and allow yours and theirs to coexist, in my opinion. That's my belief. But yeah, the idea of save but one life and you save the world entire. I love that quote. I use it time and again. And I guess that's the underlying idea that supports what I'm doing here too, because I'm trying to be kind and to flamboyantly show that. And in showing that, well, I'm useless. I'm just an old buffet. What I do is nothing next to what you can do. So it's that idea of it's spreading, but not like a contagion, but like flowers in a blooming field, So, there's some boxing going on down there. Now, please, nobody give me a daily donut dare of doom that involves boxing or any kind of fighting, okay? I get it that you might think that Captain Australia, I'm of unsound mind, I think I'm Batman. So I'm about fighting evil and wrong, and standing up for right is part of that. And look, in a way, I believe in those things. You should stand up for what's right, but I'm tired. I've been fighting for the last 5 years, fighting just for my own life. So, and I'm not a fighter. My superpower is falling down when I get hit. So please don't give me any daily donor dares of doom to do boxing. Hey, if you make it a couple of grand, I'll do it anyway. But I'll get knocked out, I'll get knocked out quick. So, that would not be good. Unless I could, Tyrion Lannister up and get a champion to do it for me. Captain Australia, we dare you to have a boxing fight with, I don't know, Anthony Mundine or something. Oh, okay, great. Thanks for that. And I appoint the mighty Finn, this dude I met yesterday. I'll appoint him as my champion. That dude was built like a brick shit house. Sorry, don't mean to swear. I've got to be mindful of that. Yeah, so if I can appoint a champion to do some of these dares, that would be great. But I think that's outside the spirit of it.
I think the spirit of it is that to actually even not make it clear that it's a dare. But thankfully, the costume and the flag hopefully makes that reasonably clear. Like skipping through the CBD, that's mental. And the people who saw me do it, I don't want them to be scared or worried that I'm carrying an AK-47 or something. It's not a nervous breakdown. It's all for charity. And I think that the flag is probably helpful to making that even more clear. So, but part of the dares, I shouldn't be able to say that they're dares. Now let's see how you're positioned on my shoulder, reflective surface. Yeah, you're probably seeing more of me than the world, aren't you? Let me see if I can reach back and give you... Okay, so this is camera adjustment number 2. So we'll see. So I've angled it more from the way I'm oriented. It's pointing more off to the left, and I'll be able to check at home if that's any better. By the time I'm doing the big walk, I'd love it if some of you are watching. You know, just let's be friends. Let's just share in a walk, you know. But at the end of the day, even if that never happens, it's like I said, that scrapbook for my children, grandchildren, future generations. You know, I think I'm ethically an okay person. I think I've made mistakes in my life that I regret, as everybody has. But I'm a good parent. I do have things to teach my children that I have not yet taught them, and lessons that they can't even receive at this point in their life, you know. So I do, part of what I'm doing and all the jibber jabber that I'm talking is about providing a format for that. So I think it's a bit of a hot day again today. Off to the dentist. Wiggity, wiggity, wiggity. Jiggity, jiggity, gee. Off to the dentist to fix up my teeth. See, that was a wrap. Straight to you from the desk of Captain Australia. The Skippy the bush kangaroo. That's me. Okay, so we're at St. Paul's Terrace. I'm heading into Hurston. So the RBWH hospital is there. Hey, that lady, I don't know if you can see her. Freddy Krueger's girlfriend. Can you see that? So it's just the sweater. Oh, it might be a dude. Sorry about that. No, it's a lady. I guess gender doesn't matter, and I keep having to remind myself that. I'm sorry, I'm just old. I don't mean to diss anybody. I want to give everybody the absolute respect and acknowledgement and support that I can. I'm just old. I stuff everything up. So I constantly, maybe I'm not supposed to say that was a lady or a dude. But the basic animal in us, you know, you recognize that. And then the idea is if I got it wrong, I hurt or offend them, I suppose. So, you know, I don't want to do that. I'm just still wrapping my head around all of this, and I've been living in a cancer cave for 5 years. So I'm out of step. I feel like I've been in a fallout shelter. There's been a war, the war's over, and I've climbed out. And if I have any conversations that I mess up, I'm sorry. I really am. Anyway, that was all just because she had a jumper that I thought exactly matched Freddy Krueger's. It's a hot day for that, really. Anyway, yeah, so I guess as little value as it might have for you, the member of the public, I'm hoping it has value for you, my sons or grandchildren, whoever happens to be watching. But yeah, my musings on life and death and the universe notwithstanding, it is all about an adventure. It all started from the idea of me healing, me fixing myself, because I had no hope of that healing, none. Like the tiniest spark of hope was all that I could muster, this tiny flicker. And hope is so essential to the human condition. None of us know why we're here. None of us know what happens when we die. And none of us, we all of us share those problems. So having faced that stage 4 cancer, I had no hope. And this was just 9-10 months ago. So the idea is that in having bounced back and lifted myself up, the message is that anybody who is similarly broken, you can copy that. You can do that. Hope is available to you, because hope is the fuel that allows any positive change in your life to happen. So absent it, you'd have to be very, very lucky for any long-term significant positive change to happen. With absent hope, you'll just go through the same cycles of garbage decisions and suffering, and you won't move forward. But with just that little spark of hope, and if you nurture it and you allow it to bloom, and then even get to the point where you can share it with other people, well, then you're no longer having your suffering inflicted on you. You're finding ways to rise above it because you believe that that's a possibility in your bones. So, yeah, for me, that need for hope had me reach back into my past. Like, my mother was a heroin addict, and our home situation, it was as dark as you could imagine, and yet at the same time it wasn't. So Mum isn't a villain. She was just doing her best. But just not having the tools that I have as a parent, there's just like a touch of narcissism to the decision making, a touch of withholding to the love, or an unconscious message that other things are more worthy of love than the child, like the addiction has more of a hold. And, as a child, you just get that imprinted on you. And, there was violence and there was some messed up stuff in there, as you could imagine. So I had to escape. And in escaping, I went from having, and I didn't know, but I had no hope for the future. I saw no path, no sort of reasonable way that my life could be wonderful. And I want my kids from day one to know 100% that their lives can be wonderful, and it's on them to carve that out. So yeah, I was absent that hope, and leaving, it was an act of healing and an act of recovery. So I needed that again after my own fight with cancer. And it occurred to me, just walking down the street one day, take a big walk. So when I left as a child, I went from Brisbane to Sydney. I was evading police, just sleeping under bridges, just no hitchhiking, none of that stuff. I just walked, slept rough, and I didn't want to be taken into custody or into foster care or anything. I wanted to get down to see my grandma and see if she'd take me in, and she did. She's a wonderful woman. I adored her. But yeah, the idea of it all was hope. And I needed that again. So I resolved to take a big look, and I started healing pretty much from that point, because I'd found that template. I'd found that model through which you can create hope. And in having that muscle memory of hope, I had what I needed to start healing already. But you can't jump from A through to Z. You have to go through B, C, D, E, and F. So I was walking every night. It was hard at first. Radiation wrecked my thyroid. I was clinically morbidly obese. I've lost 50 kilos in the last 9 months. So, I've done a lot of work to heal myself. But as soon as I started doing that, I realized, what, if I'm really going to take a big walk, I could bring that home brand buffhead superhero, Captain Australia, back. But this time I could know what he's for. It's all about, good works, being of service, doing something meaningful for a charity. So I thought, instead of Simon's big walk to heal himself, which is nobody's business but mine, I'll make it a public thing, share it with you. And I've subsequently discovered that in doing that, I'm kind of sharing my hope with anybody who needs it. Because you can look at me, this dude, this really weird old man, and you can see what I've done to myself. Like, my outlook mentally now is absolutely great, rock solid. You know, if a bipolar person could be from -10 depressed to +10 elated, and a normal person usually sits somewhere between -2 to +2 and fluctuates, I'm just consistently sitting at a good solid +2, you know what I mean? Nothing extravagant, but positive. And yeah, at the end of the day, that's wonderful. And that's accessible and available to anyone who needs it, if only they can cast that very specific magic spell, that very specific recipe that requires them to have and build hope. I'm doing a bit of a limbo. I don't know how that looks to you. Oh, the camera's shit. It's turned around completely. Let's have a look. I think you are completely messed up now. Oh, well, let's see if I can recover and fix the camera on the hop. I don't even know if I'm still recording. Just talking about all this quasi-pantheistic spiritual sort of stuff anyway. But yeah, hope, I think, is a force in our universe, really. It's one of those fundamental human energies at the end of the day. And yeah, the idea of sharing that to other people is, I think, worthwhile and meaningful. So that became part of what I'm doing. And the third part, which is the most substantial and the concrete center of what I'm doing, is that I turned it towards helping this charity I discovered called the Kids Cancer Project. So it's a fundamentally important charity in that it helps us preserve and save young human lives. 950 Aussie kids diagnosed a year. 20% of them will not survive treatment, and the rest will suffer the same sort of chronic, horrible health conditions that I did. So, that's an absurdly important reason to support it. I am mindful that from this point forward, I'm just going to cover the same old ground and bore anybody who could future discover this, or who might be watching now, bore them, skin off them. Oh no, there's a dog. Mate, you should not be out on the road. Have you got your owner there? Okay. You alright, mate? Yeah. I don't know. That to me is a bit iffy. It's a woman with a baby just down there. Laws are funny things. Some laws are outright stupid. And the judiciary can be evil or corrupt or filled with hubris, or just a vehicle for people to gouge each other in family disputes, So I'm not saying the law is hugely, vitally important to obey, but I think the dog leash laws are there for a reason. It's like, I don't know, you don't have to pick up the dog's poo, or you do, that's a law, but if he let the dog do a poo, I wouldn't even blink. But it's a little bulldog, potentially an aggressive breed. Put it on the bloody leash, mate. That's all. It's not hard. It's for your safety, others' safety, and the safety of the animal. But I love a good dog. That looked like a good dog, happy dog. So who knows? Don't judge, I guess. Anyway, I think I'll kill the stream if it's still streaming. I'm almost there. Can you see the Clive Berghofer Cancer Research Center? Wow. They can't do their research in a shack made out of banana leaves, but I do sometimes wonder how much of the raw support actually trickles through to researchers. This is not for the Kids Cancer Project. I've seen their operation. It's tight, it's lean. But charities generally. So this other charity, these people who tried to collect from me this morning, they've got this small army of people out and about every day. It's a mess. It's like just mobilize. Like, I think those people are paid to do what they're doing. I'm doing this for love, and I think we should all try and find that. But I think there's a commission element to it, which it's like it stops being a charity and starts being a business. Anyway, that's how stupid I am. I'm here working for a charity and bemoaning whether all charities are as efficient as they could be. That efficiency applies to every damn thing, really. You know, governments, how much of your tax money is used in a truly meaningful way, and how much of it is just this year-for-year cycle. We all have to be employed. We all have to have something productive to do. So stop rambling, old man. You've got sunstroke. Oh, this is completely turned around. Sorry about that. Call from a Nigerian scammer coming through, I think. It's not good. Jibbity jibbity. Where are we? We're in the middle of nowhere. I appear to be sideways, but I think I'm probably oriented up, down. You know what? I might just end the stream there. I'm sorry for all my rambling. I'm just an old fool. And take that for what it is. So I'm not Captain Australia, an amazing superhero who has all the answers. I'm just an old fool trying to do the right thing. So when we have a conversation, you know, any insight that I have to offer and any insight that any person tries to imprint on you, figure it out yourself, you know. But yeah, the dentist is just around the corner, so I'll kill the stream. Sorry for my rambling. If it's my children or grandchildren, I'm not sorry. You listen to every damn word. But anybody else who is... Oh, and there is somebody. Hello. Yeah, I see Nicole. G'day, Nicole. How you doing? Sorry about all that rambling. So I'm just walking through the city on my way to the dentist, and I am basically a functional free billboard. That's the goal with what I'm doing. It's to allow people to see this, if you can see it behind me. Don't know if you can, the banner there. See it, understand the Kids Cancer Project is a worthy charity, and then hopefully look past my ridiculousness and donate to that very worthy charity. So, sorry for all the rambling. It's a very hot day and I tend to ramble when I sweat. All the best. This is Captain Australia signing out. If you want to see me skipping through the Brisbane CBD, go down a stream. There'll be a short one where I tra-la-la through the city. I haven't had the chance to watch it yet. I have no idea just how awful it is, but it was a daily donor dare of doom for the lovely donor Liz, who dared me to go for a skip. So that's me, Captain Australia, Skippy the Bush Kangaroo. All the best, everybody.